Hello viewers, welcome you all again in my channel Indojit Creations. Today we know about the very important parts of the educational psychology or educational development. So today we know about the Freud psychosexual development and its stages. At first we know about the Freud. So let's start. At first, we know clearly about the Freud. Freud is a doctor in Vienna, and as well as he also developed this theory, the psychosexual development. In this year, he also creation the structure of the personality. So he also defined to the structure of personality, and he also defined the personality has three types, and which types also depend for every human being, and those types of the structure of functionalism. So those types of the structure of personality as the next is ego, and last is the superego. So these three items also very important to you. So we separately know about those types of the personality theory. So number one is the id is the subconscious of our mind. Is id also belong to our subconscious as subconscious of our mind. In this id concept we will all types of the desire also we set up here, and all kinds of the desire of we want to be there are also be set up in the id portions. According to the Freud, this id is the this is very important, and it is also the pleasure of principles, and as well as every human beings have this potentiality of id is so much, and every human being also we want to be pleasure and want to be happy every times, and as well as he want to be choose any kinds of the way to being happy. So in this here that id is the primary factor for every human life. Well, as Freud also said that this is also not to be fulfilled in this social life, because the society also the barrier for the human beings. So but if the society is not present, then the id also want to be desired their all things. So in the id also don't want to be his fulfill his desire according to the society. So this id is the so much prime and so much strong factor of the every human personality factor. Next we know about the ego. This ego is also be a balancing systems in our personality, and this ego always balance our id and superego systems. Sometimes is ego is called the balancing systems of our personality. So ego is the so much balancing systems in our personality. So ego always creates some logical thinking, and he want to be logic to fulfill this work. So if every human being has ego, id and superego, so he don't want to be the logic, he also fulfill his desire any kinds of way. But ego also want to be fulfill his desire but is a logical way. If it is that logically it is right though, so then the he also fulfill his desire. So we can say that, and Freud also said that ego is always a balancing systems of the every human being personality system. Last we know about the super ego. So the superego also create the every human beings is a moral and the ethical person. So in this here we can say that the ego is always want to be fulfill his desire, as well as the ego is always balancing the systems between the id and the superego, and also be the superego also give you teach a morality persons and give the teach of the ethics. So in this here we can concluded that, or we can frame this work as well as the id is always fulfill his the desire, and ego is always all times balancing between the id and superego, and last is the superego also be the moral and ethics points also be disclosed here, like some person also be the Rishi Aurobindo Ghosh, Swami Vivekananda also the superhuman beings, and also be that they are the belong to the super ego personality. Here in this year we know about the what is the id, what is the ego, and what is the super ego. Now we know about the level of the consciousness. So there is the three types of the level of the consciousness. Number one is the conscious, number two is the subconscious, and number three is the unconscious. Conscious and subconscious are the pre-conscious and also the unconscious. So in this here, to these three parts of the level of the consciousness also be disclosed here. So number one is the consciousness. So in this here, the consciousness, that every human being is conscious about their consciousful work. When a human being is conscious about his work, so that times he also think about this, and he also be get attempts on this work is very logically, and if he think about his the work, so then he must be fulfill his work consciously. Next, we know about the pre-conscious or the subconscious. So in this here, the subconscious also be the occur in the every human life, and it is also be it is a past oriented work or past oriented incident. So in this here, the individual or person is not aware about their work, and if they do not framework about their work previously. So when they are unconscious mind and subconscious mind, so that times it is occurred. Next, we know about the unconscious. So unconscious is the most of the people also be unconscious in every time. So in this year, Eid also we fulfill his desires. So today we know about the level of the consciousness, what is the conscious and what is the pre-conscious or subconscious, and now next is the unconscious, and then last is the unconscious. So class, today we know about the structure of the personality like the ego and the superego, as well as we know the level of the consciousness as the conscious and the pre-conscious or the subconscious, and lastly we know about the unconscious. So class, today we know about those types of the consciousness. So we will elaborately know about the Freud in next class. So today I end this session or end this class here. Next day I will came here with a new topic. So take care. Bye.